My favorite Halloween memories when I was around 12 and 13 years old. My mother always had me dressed up as an old woman, and I'd go from place to place acting the part of an old lady. And everybody would tell my mother what a great job Paul done. He really put himself off as an old woman, and he pulled it off real good. I always enjoyed Halloween. It was one of my favorite holidays of the whole year. And I'd always come home with a big basket full of different goodies that people would give me. But the favorite thing I would get would be when people would hand me 5 pennies instead of a piece of fruit. And at the end of the day, I would end up with a $50, which doesn't sound like much money. But back in the 1930s, 50 cents was a lot of money. I'll always remember Halloween.
What was your favorite treat?
My favorite
Treat.
My favorite treat was when I got money.
No, besides money.
Well,
like candy.
Yeah, well, I would like it when I would get a Three Musketeer bar or a Milky Way. They were two of the favorite things, or a Hershey bar. Back in those days, they were the popular candies.
Did you trade candy with your brothers?
No, I always came home with the best assortment of any of them. And I didn't need to trade with anybody. I was in good shape at the end of the night.
How long did you trick or treat? When did you stop trick or treating? Like, what age were you?
Well, I would say I stopped trick and treating around 9:30 at night.
But how old were you? Like, when was your last year to trick or treat? Were you 12?
I was around 13 years old when the last time I'd done it. But I'd done it from the time I was 6, 7 years old for many years.
And the old lady was your favorite costume?
My mother always dressed me up as an old lady.
Were there any other costumes that were really memorable?
Not that I remember.
What were your brothers?
I always came off.
What were your brothers for Halloween?
My brothers came off as tramps and different things. we went out together. We had a great time. My brothers and I were always a great triple troop. We worked really good together, the three of us.
Did you run really fast through the neighborhood?
Pardon?
Did you run really fast to get all the different treats?
Oh.
How far did you go?
Well, as soon as that sun would go down, we were knocking on door to door. And I would say from around 6 o'clock till 9:30, we knocked as many doors as you could go.
Was everyone handing out candy in the neighborhood?
Most of them were handing out candy bars, but some of them were giving you a nickel or 5 pennies, and you came home with money. You were happy.
I bet. Did you feel, so you said you had a basket?
What's that?
A basket to hold the candy?
I went around with a basket. I came home with a full basket full of apples, oranges, everything. Yeah. And candy bars, fruits and candy bars, were what people would give you. But back in my day, it was much more popular than it is today.
Did a lot of people decorate their house spooky?
Well, they didn't decorate their houses any better than they do today. But a lot more kids were out, and they'd have Halloween parades. Every year they'd have a Halloween parade where you all got dressed up in your outfit, and we prayed up Rising Sun Avenue. in a regular parade from Adams Avenue to all the way up to North Street in Lawndale.
That's fun.
Yep. It was a great, great time. I always remember that. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays.
Mine too.
Right. Good.